Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I am here to do what's going to be the first in a new kind of series, but not. I generally do hauls monthly anyway, but after doing my very large unhaul, I asked all of you whether or not you would want to see like a mini unhaul at the end of a haul, or in a different video, or if there was a different way you thought of me doing this, because I'm sick to death of collecting books just to do a large unhaul on the floor. So it's easier for me if I can, at the end of the month, I don't generally have enough books after doing that massive purge. I generally don't have enough books to do a big unhaul and do its own video every month. So rather than collecting them for months on end just to do a large video like that again, I feel like it's easier to add it in at the end of a different video. So I've decided to do it in my haul. I feel like it makes sense. Now, I didn't know whether to do this as a bit of like a balancing thing. Emma from Drinking by My Shelf used to do a balancing the books. I think that was more like her TBR versus the haul coming in, so how many books that came in versus how many books that she read. But this is more like a how many books are coming in versus how many books are going out. Now the books coming in are going to be more significant than the books going out because I've just done a massive purge and I'm doing it. I have a problem buying, okay? Consumerism is an issue for me, but also the books going out are on a monthly basis, so it just depends on what I'm unhauling from what I've read that month. So a good chunk of the books that I've read for the month that I am unhauling, I'd already mentioned in the large unhaul, which were the books from Keep It or Yeet It, but I do have 3 books here that I read towards the end of the month, or DNF towards the end of the month, that I will be unhauling. So I'll mention them at the end of the video. For the time being, we're going to do the haul. So this is going to be like my, I think I'm going to end up calling it, like, you'll have seen the title of the video anyway, but like ins and outs or something. Haul. It's not haul versus unhaul, so which is why the balancing the books thing doesn't really work for me. I love the pun on it though, which is why I wanted to mention Emma's, but it's like a ins and outs. It's not a thing versus a thing. It's not my haul versus my unhaul, because there's no competition here. My haul will always be bigger. So unless I do another big purge at some point, which I will then probably end up doing its own video for. But yeah, let's get into this anyway. This is my biggest haul to date for 2025 so far for the month. So I can't remember actually how many books are on here, but it's a lot, okay? It's over 30. I think it's like 32. I'll put the figure here. But it's the most so far. I think in January I had 25 and in February I had 26. This is the most so far. So let's go through systematically what I've got. We're going to go through gifted books so far. This is the stack of publisher mail I have. Okay? Publisher mail only so far. So let's do those first. So from Pan Macmillan, I have quite a bit. I have 5 books here from Pan. Yeah, 5 books from Pan Macmillan. So they did send me Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal, My Adventures in Neurodiversity by Robin Ince. This one comes out in May. 1st of May it comes out, and it is essentially, it's non-fiction, and this says a powerful personal exploration of anxiety, ADHD and neurodiversity. Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal reminds us all, no matter how weird we feel, that it's okay to be a little bit different. We all are. What if being a bit weird is actually entirely normal? What if sharing our internal struggles wasn't a sign of weakness but of strength? And I think this is going to be super interesting for me as somebody with ADHD. Not officially diagnosed by a doctor, but I'm going through my diagnosis. I think we're on year 3 of waiting on the wait list. But I did specifically request this one from them. They sent out a list of books that they had available, and I asked for this one because I have ADHD and anxiety. So yeah, they sent me this one. Thank you very much to them for sending me this one. They also sent me The Second Chance Convenience Store by Kim Ho Yeon, which is translated fiction, and I'm very excited about getting this. This one comes out on the 19th of June. And this is following the owner of a corner store who takes in a homeless man who does a good deed, a kind soul whose presence will transform the whole neighbourhood. Sounds very, very cute. It's not too long either, but it is a translated fiction, which is great. And it comes out in June, so thank you to them for sending me this one. They also sent me a new copy of Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. I haven't read this yet, but I do have, I'm on a tour, a book tour for it later on in April, so I will be reading this soon. to do that. I haven't read it yet and I'm excited to do so. It is set in the world of the Crowns of Nyaxia series. Sexy, addictive and thrilling, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is a dark fantasy romance set in the same world as the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So yeah, I don't know officially what happens in this. I'm not going to sit here and read the synopsis of this because we'll be here all day, but it is a fantasy romance. Very excited about reading this one, especially on the basis that I've just recently read Slaying the Shadow Prince as well. These books are a collection of like monster romances. They're all standalones, but that one, Slaying the Shadow Prince, and also this one are the only two out of the series that I know the worlds that they're set in. So I'm excited to read this because I do love the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So thank you again to Pan for sending me that one. They also sent me an arc of Tea at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne, which I have read, and I will be unhauling this edition of because I have a finished copy of it now. So thank you to them for sending me this one. I will pop that in my unhaul pile. It is the third in the series and I really enjoyed it. It's my favourite so far. And then they also sent me an arc of Steph McGovern's Deadline, which really weirdly enough, I didn't know this when I actually applied for this arc, but Steph McGovern has been on that Bear Grylls TV show, and we watched like the first couple of episodes but we haven't continued on with it. So then when I was googling Steph McGovern to see who she was as an author, has she done anything else, her face came up on the screen, and we'd only watched it a couple of days before this came in, and I was like, holy fucking shit, and I just never made the connection. Anyway, Steph followed me on Instagram, which is very cool. Thanks Steph if you're here. This comes out on the 3rd of July and it sounds really, really good. It says, your child has been kidnapped, you're live on television, going live in 10, 9, 8. Today is a huge day for TV reporter Rose's career. A live interview with one of the most powerful men in the country on one of the nation's biggest TV shows. But when she hears an unfamiliar voice in her ear, she knows something is very wrong. Her earpiece has been hacked. She's live on air in the middle of an interview and someone is telling her they've kidnapped her family. In order to protect them, Rose must do exactly what the hijackers say. They're in control now. It sounds so good and I'm very excited about it. So yeah, that one does come out on the 3rd of July, so I've got some time to pick this one up, but I'm really excited. But yeah, Steph McGovern, her face, I was like, I know her. She was in that Bear Grylls TV show I was just watching the other day. It was the weirdest thing, honestly, very strange. Anyway, thank you to Pam McMillan for sending me this one. Then from Evermore, which is the new publishing house from Penguin. I have a really great relationship with Penguin and Del Rey as a whole. So they're the new publishing house, romance publishing house. They sent me these. And they're all the same series. So they sent me Fragile Sanctuary, they sent me Beautiful Exile, Broken Harbour and also Delicate Escape, all by Catherine Cowles, and these have been re-released now that they've been picked up by a publisher because they were indie published, and the other two books will be coming out later on this year. So I'm very excited about reading all of these. You may have seen me mention these in my spring TBR. I do want to get to these very soon. I'll probably read them throughout spring and summer, to be fair, because they're giving me spring and summer vibes, but I do want to pick up Fragile Sanctuary very, very soon. They're all small town romances. I'm not sure if they've got like a suspense undertone to them or not, I'm not sure, but I'm very excited to read them. So thank you to Evermore for sending me those. Then from Team Bookmarked, which is Hodder, they did send me a copy of In the Company of Killers by Laura Cook. I am not sure, oh, does this say when it comes out or if it's already come out? I'm not sure if this has come out or not. I'm not sure when it comes out, but this is supposed to be a YA mystery or thriller, if I remember correctly, and it's got gangs in it, the mob, I think, or something. It sounds really good. 2 dangerous families, 1 forbidden love. It sounds really good. It sounds very Romeo and Juliet-esque, but modern day. So I'm looking forward to that one. It sounds good. Thank you, Team Bookmark, for sending me that one. And then from Titan, they did send me a finished copy of When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. They've already sent me an arc of this, and I am incredibly confused because if you go on Amazon, this doesn't release until at the end of this month or into May. I can't remember. I was in Waterstones the other day in Liverpool and they had this on the shelf and I was so confused. So I haven't yet got to it. The audiobook doesn't come out till, I think it's the audiobook doesn't come out till May. The physical copy comes out at the end of April. But I'm just really confused by the whole situation because they've now sent me a finished copy. which is available in Waterstones but not on Amazon. It's just very bizarre. I don't know when the release date is officially. But regardless, thank you to Titan for sending me both an ARC of this and a physical copy. I will be reading it soon because I'm going to be on the Book Troop live show with Gabby and Gavin, reading this late May, early June. So I'm excited. So that's all the publisher mail. This is the gifted mail from others. So from Naomi to Steph, I love your channel. I got this book on my TBR. I would love to know your thoughts on it. Hope you enjoy it, from Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. She did send me The Reformatory by Tarana Reeve Jew. I've heard incredible things about this, and I know it's very, very popular. I'm fairly certain that Gavin's read this recently and loved it. It's set in the 1950s, Jim Crow, Florida, and I believe it's a horror maybe. Following a trivial scuffle with a white boy, 12-year-old Robert Stevens Jr. is sent to the Gracetown School for Boys, but the segregated reformatory is a chamber of horrors haunted by the boys that have died there. In order to survive the sadistic school warden and the evils meted out in his funhouse, Robert must enlist the help of the school's ghosts. Only they have their own motivations. You know what? I've never read that synopsis before. Fascinating. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you, Naomi, for sending me this one. It is a chonker, but thank you to you for sending me this one. This came in the mail, but I've no idea who it's from, and it's Marigold Mind Laundry. So if you sent me this one, thank you very much. There's been no note with it, so I'm not sure who sent it to me. Another translated fiction, soul-stirring and empowering, Marigold Mind Laundry has already demonstrated its power to move the hearts of thousands of readers. As we laugh, wonder and grow, we too learn how to tap into positivity and magic that lies within us all. Fascinating. It looks really, really cute. I'm obsessed with this cover, honestly. It's such a sweet cover. But yeah, thank you to whoever sent me this one. If it was you, can you please let me know so I can thank you directly? I would appreciate that. Then from Kim, congratulations on 10k. I hit 10k. Did you know? Surprise. So well deserved. You're an amazing person and have helped me through a lot in the past few years, and your channel has helped me so much. Love you loads, from Kim. Kim, I love you. Thank you. She sent me Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, which I read recently, by Stephen King. So I do want to continue on and read this one. This does follow Danny, who is the kid in The Shining. It follows him as an adult. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Never ever thought that I would end up reading this book. When I saw it, when it first came out, all those years ago, I say all those years ago, it's not that old, to be fair, I don't think. Oh, 2014, wowzers. I never thought that I would actually be picking this one up because I'd never read The Shining and I didn't think I was going to, but I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, so looking forward to that one. Thank you, Kim, for adding that to my shelves. And then from Claire, Steph, congrats on 10k. You deserve it and I love you lots. I really love this one, so I hope you do too. Lots of love from Claire. Love you too, Claire. She sent me Give Me Butterflies by Gillian Meadows. This looks so sweet. I saw Jodie had hauled this recently and the cover is stunning. I've seen it all over Instagram, so I needed it. I don't know what it's about, but I needed it. She's a sunshiny entomologist. He's a grumpy astronomer. They are a match written in the stars. If only they could stop being so logical. Sweet. Sign me up. Thank you, Claire, for sending me that one. She also sent me with the gift note that says, you thought you could stop me, ha ha ha. Honestly, love you lots, Claire. She sent me Attack on Titan, another omnibus of Attack on Titan. She's been fueling my Attack on Titan omnibuses. This is volumes 16, 17 and 18. So thank you very much for adding this to my shelves. I do need to continue on because I haven't done. I think I've read up to volume 4, including, and I need to continue on now, especially now that I've got a whole bunch of them that I can binge. So thank you, Claire, for that. Then we've got some special editions that have come in, whether it be via the subscription box service or from the subscription box service or secondhand from Vinted. So we do have the March Romanticy book, which is Firebird by Juliet Cross. I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't read from Juliet Cross before, but I have got Wolf Gone Wild on my shelves and I've heard great things about this, and this is absolutely stunning. I think it's inspired by Roman mythology or set in Rome. I'm not 100% certain, but as I say, it is a romanticy. It looks stunning. I think it's got dragons in it as well. And underneath the dust jacket, reversible dust jacket with the original cover, which I love. Shout out to Ferraloot for doing that. And here we have dragon. And I don't really know what this is about other than dragons, and I think being set in Rome. Set in a reimagined ancient Rome, Firebird is an epic, scorching, dark fantasy romance from acclaimed author Juliet Cross, and the first book in her series, The Fire That Binds. Sign me up. If I'm gonna read like mythology, or you know, something inspired by, you know, Greek mythology or Roman is the one that I would most likely go towards. I liked the learning about, you know, the past of Rome and stuff in school the most, so I'm excited for that one. This one, not so much, and I'm unsure about what to do with this book, because I was just going to unhaul it straight away because I couldn't skip it, which is what I wanted to do because I previously skipped February's Fairly Adult book. So this came in from March's Fairly Adult book, and it is Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. Now, I haven't had a great track record with Olivia Blake, and I wasn't bothered by this, but I hadn't read the synopsis, and it actually sounds quite interesting. So the end papers, underneath the dust jacket, we do have a reversible dust jacket with the original cover again, the sprayed edges, and the other end papers. So this one actually sounds kind of interesting. Following the death of their father, 3 highly gifted siblings must confront their long-standing rivalries, dangerous abilities, and unfulfilled potential as they battle for control of his vast legacy. Kind of sounds interesting, I'm not going to lie. So I may end up trying to give... Oh my god, it's got illustrations in it. What do you mean? I may end up trying to give this a go, actually. Imagine if it turns out to be one of my favourite books of the year. Lol. I'm gonna give it a go, at least, anyway, during one of my episodes of Keep It or Eat It. Then, second hand from Vinted, because I'd already, I think, either cancelled or I skipped this one of the two, with Fairly YA. I didn't get this book, but I've read from this author before, Jade Fire Gold, and I really enjoyed it. So Darker by 4 by June CL Tan. I've been debating whether or not to get this for a while now, and I keep seeing it in the shop, and I'm like, if I'm gonna get it, I might try and get the Fairly one. I managed to get this for a bargain on Vinted. So this is the Fairly copy. It was the YA box in April last year. Oh, a whole year ago. And I didn't end up getting it, so I did get it on Vinted instead, underneath the dust jacket. It's very pretty. Again, reversible dust jacket with the original cover and other end papers. Stunning. Excited to give this one a go. A sparkling YA urban fantasy with an achingly slow burn romance at its heart. Perfect for fans of Legendborn and the Mortal Instruments. Loved Legendborn, love the Mortal Instruments. It sounds great. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I did get a copy of Cursebound by Sarah Al Arifi. Sarah Al Arifi Struggles from Fairly, which is the sequel to Feybound, which I didn't love, I've got to be honest. I think I was just getting this so that I could give it a go and, you know, I can potentially sell them on. So yeah, I'll show you what it's like, but I can't tell you what it's about because it is a sequel. It is absolutely stunning, to be fair. Beautiful indeed. I'm obsessed with this, actually. Stunning. What do you mean? Gorgeous. And yeah, so I am going to give this a go, but we'll see what happens with it. It's a lot shorter than the first one as well, which is nice. So yeah, that's the other Fairly book I got. And then books I purchased myself that were not Fairly, etc. A lot of these have been pre-orders. For example, To You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne. This is the Waterstones edition with the sprayed edges. Absolutely stunning. And I've read it. It's the 3rd book so far in this series, not the final one, as I figured out at the end of the book. Loved it. My favourite one in the series so far. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I've read it, gave it 5 stars. It was so good. My favourite book of March, my favourite Abby book so far. This is my 5th 5-star read from her, and she can do no wrong. I'm obsessed. So another book that I did read. My pre-order of Wild Side by Elsie Silver did come in. I've not read Wild Eyes yet, and I need to, but I'm very excited to get to this one. These are small town cowboy romances, but single dad romances. So excited to give this one a read. My copy of Story of My Life by Lucy Score came in. I loved the Knock 'em Out series, so when I saw that she has a new book coming out, I was like, yep, want to get my hands on that. I don't know what this is about, but I'm excited. nonetheless. My copy of Summer in the City came in by Alex Astor. I have started this, but I'm not having a good time, I've got to be honest. I'm 54 pages in and that's where I've stopped so far. This map, however, is absolutely beautiful on the inside and it's signed by Alex as well. Love this cover, love the edges. Just the contents inside the book, I'm not having a great time. So that is a shame, but it is a pre-order, so that did come in. I then went and did a little bit of book shopping. I got Solo Leveling volume 11, which I'm excited to get to. I haven't read volume 10 yet. I don't know if I've read volume 9, I'm not sure. But I'm excited to get to it nonetheless. I love this series, it's very, very good. Can't recommend it enough. I also got my Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, volume 3. I would have got volumes 4 and 5. Had they had volume 4, but they only had volume 5, so I left it. But yeah, I got volume 3. This is where I'm up to so far in this series, enjoying it so far. I also got More Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, which is the second one to Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, which I enjoyed, read in March, gave it 4.5 stars, so I wanted the second one, so I did get it. I may try and pick this up in April because it's a shorty patootie and I need that in my life. I also picked up Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I want to read this for the horror bingo board that I've set for myself, but I've also now whacked it on the Our Fantasy 2025 board. Spoiler alert, you will... Is this going out before that? Yes, I think it is. You will be getting TBR for that very soon. But I'm excited to give this one a read because I've seen the movie with Sandra Bullock and I liked it. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a read because I do enjoy Josh Malerman's books. This is a psychological thriller and I'm looking forward to it. I then, from an indie bookstore in Skipton, got 9-month Contract by Amy Dawes with sprayed edges. Look at those, aren't they pretty? And it's got goats. Yeah, goats on the end. So pretty. I'm excited to give this one a read. It sounds so good. So I'm looking forward to this one. It is a romance. And then from the Oxfam in Skipton, which is, it's a bookstore, but it's a charity bookstore. I managed to find these absolute bargains. These are the last 2 books of this haul. But I managed to find these absolute bargains, which is volume 2 and 3 of Ragnar Crimson for £3.99 each. These books, I did say when I hauled them in my vlog that these books cost sometimes upwards of 15 quid. I've had a quick look and on Amazon you can get these for about 11 to 12 quid each. But still, £3.99 each, an absolute bargain. £7.98 for the 2. Can't complain. So now I have these 2. Jade's going to be buzzing about that because she loves the series. So yeah, that's my haul. Lots of books hauled. Lots of publisher mail though this month as well, which is just incredible. And sometimes I still pinch myself on the reg when publisher mail comes in. But yeah, lots of publisher mail. So the Unhaul, as I've mentioned, is quite small because I've already put... We did the really big Unhaul, which I'll leave a link to in the description box down below if you've missed it somehow, or up here. We did the really big Unhaul in March. But I've already put some of the books that I read in March on that Unhaul, which was the books from Keep It or Eat It, episode 3. So this is just books that I've read since then that I'm getting rid of. So as I've mentioned, my Arc of Tea at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne, Jade will be having this because she's interested in reading the series. I'm already gifting her a copy of the second one, Pirate's Life of Tea, because the publisher did send me an Arc of the second one and then a finished copy of the second one, but I was already pre-ordered with the Waterstones edition. So she's going to get my Arc of that second one, and then no, she's going to get my finished copy of the second one, my Arc of the third one. So that is going to Jade. I'm also unhauling Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I did try and give this one a read, but I just did not enjoy it at all and I ended up DNFing it in the month of March, which is a shame. So I am unhauling that one. I'm also unhauling The Deep by Rivers Solomon. I tried this one, I gave it 2 stars. It just wasn't for me, unfortunately, but it's been on my TBR for a very long time, so it's nice to get a TBR vet off. Actually, same with this, because these have both been on my TBR for a long time. And then last but by no means least, The 3-Body Problem, the comic version. I gave this 1 star. I just didn't get it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I'm unhauling this one as well. So yeah, that is everything for my ins and outs for the month of March. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got a better title for this. I quite like the ins and outs, but I just don't know if it explains much what's going on. But let me know if you've got a better title maybe. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. Did you haul any books or unhaul any books in March? Let me know. Have you read any of these? Should I make anything a priority? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have enjoyed and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.